Here's what could stop Mumbai Indians' title winning run.
From a slow start that we know Mumbai Indians do have in the IPL to a 6-match winning streak, and then a loss against Gujarat Titans makes the Mumbai Indians fan and the management sit back and think about the road ahead. Even though Mumbai Indians have those 14 points, they're still in a bit of a tricky situation in terms of qualifying. Now, before we get into what's changed, what's worked for them, and what might be their downfall, hit that subscribe button.
For the sake of understanding how much Mumbai Indians have improved, we've divided their campaign into two parts. The first part, as you'll know, obviously in the period where they had just one victory in their first 5 games, and from there for them to go on that 6-match winning streak and then finally losing the game against Gujarat Titans. The first and foremost and possibly the most visible change for the Mumbai Indians has been the success that their openers have had in that second half, along with how their power play has been. Mumbai Indians were struggling up top with Rohit Sharma barely getting any runs and even Ryan Rickelton struggling to contribute. In the first 5 games in the power plays, they scored 260 runs at a run rate per over of 8.66, but they managed to lose 10 wickets during this period. Whereas if you compare that to their batting efforts in the second half, in fact in the 7 games after, the Mumbai Indians have scored 399 runs at a run rate per over of 9.5, and they've only lost 6 wickets during this period.
This only goes to show that the openers have only improved. Ryan Rickelton in the first half played 5 matches, scored only 108 runs at an average of 27 and a strike rate of 150. Whereas Rohit Sharma was even worse. In the 4 innings that he did play, had an average of 9.5 at a strike rate of 131. At this point, the strike rate doesn't even matter because he's not scoring enough runs. But when you look at the second half, there's a drastic change. Ryan Rickelton has of course improved, scoring 255 runs at an average of 32 and a strike rate of 155.1. Whereas Rohit Sharma has not only improved, but he's done better than his part, scoring 262 runs at an average of 43 at a strike rate of 155.9. This is a big change because in the power play in the first half, the Mumbai Indians were really struggling with the bat, giving away early wickets, which added on pressure on Sky and Tilak Varma. As you can see, the bulk of the runs scored were by Tilak Varma and Suryakumar Yadav. But when you see this in the second half, even though Suryakumar Yadav is still the highest scorer for the team, Rohit Sharma and Ryan Rickelton have scored 200 plus runs, which means they're not only scoring a lot of runs but also giving good starts for the team.
The next thing, and something we've also spoke about in our IPL weekly lives, is Mumbai Indians' top 2 bowlers and how they've performed in the power plays. Both Deepak Chahar and Trent Bolt struggled through the first 5 games of the tournament where they were not able to pick up a lot of wickets in the power plays. In fact, in the first 5 games, these 2 bowlers only picked up 6 wickets. In fact, out of the 6 wickets they got in the power plays, 4 of them came in a single game against the Kolkata Knight Riders, also incidentally the only game they won during that period. This of course has changed in the second half with both of the bowlers, Trent Bolt as well as Deepak Chahar, now getting wickets in the power play. In these 7 games, a total of 13 wickets have been taken, out of which Bolt is responsible for 5 of these wickets and Chahar responsible for 4 of these wickets.
Something to note here with Deepak Chahar and Trent Bolt is that not only are they picking up wickets up front, but their economy rates in terms of the amount of runs they're giving per over has also improved. Bolt had an economy of 9.3 and Deepak Chahar was very poor with an economy of 10.6. But now when you look at the second half, Trent Bolt has an economy of 7.8 and Deepak Chahar has improved quite a bit with an economy of just 8.6. What's been a bigger revelation for the Mumbai Indians is the fact that Jasprit Bumrah is finally back, and you can see that in his performances and the way the team's playing. He of course played 1 match in the first half where they went on to lose the game, but since the winning streak, he's played 7 matches, has picked up 13 wickets with an economy of just 6.6. With Bumrah in the side, not only are you strengthening your middle overs and the depth, but the fact that you have Trent Bolt and Deepak Chahar opening the bowling with Jasprit Bumrah as first change bowling in the power play, he can not only help you restrict runs, but also get you wickets. He's also gotten 3 wickets in all the 10 overs that he's bowled in the power play so far. It's no coincidence that with Bumrah coming back, the other bowlers in the squad have only improved, because if you're one man consistently doing the job, at least in terms of restricting runs or getting wickets, then the others will naturally play a supporting role.
One more talking point from Mumbai's first half of the tournament was how their spinners struggled a fair bit. Despite the fact that Vignesh Puttur came in and put a couple of good performances, he was not particularly used well by the management, and even apart from that, something that was a more glaring hole in that bowling lineup in spinners was the fact that Mitchell Santner had picked up just 1 wicket in the first 5 games. Not only that, he was also expensive, not being able to control the runs flow, and was going at 9.2 runs to the over. But in the second half, however, that hole seems to have been plugged, with them finding alternate spinners to do well and also Mitchell Santner stepping up his game. Bringing in Karan Sharma seems to have done wonders for them, as he's picked up 6 wickets in the 4 innings he's bowled, and he's also given away just 8 runs to the over. Mitch Santner's also stepped it up, getting 3 wickets and going at an economy of just 7, varying his pace beautifully and understanding how to bowl on these pitches in India. Lastly, and a bit of a surprise package for them, but something that they'll take with both of their hands, is Will Jacks bowling the spin in the middle overs and also with the new ball occasionally, picking up 4 wickets at an economy of just 7.2.
Most of these are changes, but something that has been consistent and very, very important for the Mumbai Indians is Surya Kumar Yadav's form. In the first half, Surya Kumar Yadav was the highest scorer for the Mumbai Indians, scoring 199 runs at an average of 49 and an impressive strike rate of 150. But in the second half, Surya Kumar Yadav has not only been brilliant, he's been superhuman in terms of runs, strike rate and averages. He scored 311 runs with an average of 77 and a strike rate of 186. These are insane numbers. This is all the more important because there will be games where the openers don't get a good start, and as a number 4 or number 3 that Surya Kumar Yadav is, he will need to continue performing because he's literally the backbone of the Mumbai Indians batting order. With Tilak Varma on one side and Hardik Pandya to follow with Namandhir, Surya Kumar Yadav will need to make sure that he's continuing to score runs at a high strike rate to make sure that the run flow never stops.
Another pleasant surprise, and something that Mumbai Indians would have hoped from right from the start of the season and also when they were having their auctions, is that their overseas players would step it up. In the first 5 games, the overseas players mainly used by the Mumbai Indians were Mitch Santner, Trent Boult, Ryan Rickelton and Will Jacks. And as something that we've covered in the batting and bowling is that none of these players really stepped it up. Boult was struggling to pick up wickets in the power play, Will Jacks wasn't contributing with either the bat or the ball, Santner got just 1 wicket in his 5 games to show for his efforts, and Ryan Rickelton also struggled to get any kind of runs up top. However, this has changed in the last 7 games, especially in that winning streak, where you had a lot of runs from Ryan Rickelton up top, you had wickets being taken consistently by Trent Boult at even better economy rates, you had Mitchell Santner too, who came in and despite him not getting a lot of wickets, he was able to keep things tight. Lastly, with Will Jacks, you got a double package where he was not only getting the runs needed of him, but he was also able to pick up a few handy wickets in the overs that he's been able to bowl.
But all of this is too good to be true, and we saw that against Gujarat Titans when they went on to lose the game in the last ball of the match. There are a couple of things that the Mumbai Indians need to keep in mind, especially to qualify and even after. This point is not just for the Mumbai Indians but every other team, but it's very glaring with the Mumbai Indians, is how they start with the power play, with the bat and the ball. Every time the openers haven't done well or the bowlers have struggled to take wicket up top, especially in the first 6 overs, Mumbai Indians have gone on to lose the game. They heavily rely on their openers to score runs and the power play bowlers to get wickets. Because every time one of the openers of the Mumbai Indians have scored 30 plus, they've gone on to win a game. Because if you look at it realistically, if a team have lost both their openers by the end of the power play, or if Mumbai Indians are bowling and they haven't gotten a wicket by the end of 6 overs, the momentum is already shifted towards the other team.
The second point, and something that's more of a good headache to have, is how Mumbai Indians are going to rotate their 4th to 6th bowling options, or how that second change bowling option is going to come into the picture and be used. In the matches that the Mumbai Indians have performed well in, their second change bowler is someone who's usually been able to come in and get the breakthrough when needed. In the first 5 matches, Mumbai Indians' second change bowlers had barely been effective at all. Only Hardik Pandya, who came in here as a second change bowler, had anything to show for his efforts, getting 3 wickets, but Hardik Pandya was the only second change bowler in this lineup to get any wickets at all. Not just that, but the other second change bowlers, in this case Will Jacks as well as Mitchell Santner, were both extremely expensive, going at over 10 runs to the over. But in the second half, this is something that has changed for them, although not greatly. Mumbai Indians have been able to pick up 7 wickets in the 7 matches with their second change bowler in the winning streak. And what's even more heartening is that the 2 bowlers who were going for runs in that first half of the tournament are the ones here who've come in and become solid second change bowlers. The likes of Will Jacks, who's picked up 4 wickets going at just 6.4 runs to the over, and Mitchell Santner, who's picked up 3 wickets going at just 6.9 runs to the over, have improved and made that winning streak possible.
This last point might be very picky and very subjective, and something that's also discussed with the Gujarat Titans middle order is the fact that the Mumbai Indians middle order in the second half haven't really gotten a lot of runs. With Tilak Varma being one of the highest scorers in the first half but not getting much game time in the second half, for a team trying to qualify and hopefully make it to the final, they will hope that even though they haven't gotten much game time, they continue scoring runs, especially when the top order fails. An interesting observation is that as compared to the first half, even though Hardik Pandya, the captain, is doing well, Hardik Pandya, the batter and the bowler, hasn't been the most impressive in the second half. He hasn't gotten a lot of wickets, he hasn't gotten a lot of runs, but what is a positive for him is that every player around him seems to be scoring runs and getting wickets. So for Hardik Pandya, it's not the biggest problem, but for him personally, I'm sure he would like to contribute more to the team, especially as the captain and a very important all-rounder.
This has been our video on the Mumbai Indians and their campaign of 2 halves. It'll be interesting to see if they can go on and actually lift the IPL title. Leave your comments down below. Like this video, share it with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel. Help us get to 27,000 subscribers. All of our links are in the description. We are also going to go live for all of the games during the qualifiers, so watch out for that. Thanks for watching. Peace.